So exciting.
I know, right? It's so awesome. I was so excited to be able to share what you are going to create and everything. So I'm really, really stoked for that.
Yeah, me too. Tell the world.
I know. Well, we are live. So
Hi, world.
no, isn't it like it's like big deal. So we're gonna wait a couple minutes, but my name is Catherine Thomas, and I am privileged to be having the opportunity to interview Michelle LeClaire, who is the incoming executive director of Yoga for Change. So it's kind of cool. We started doing these. I don't know if you know this actually, Michelle, and we'll just kind of chit chat till I'm gonna get my secret spy Bree to tell me when to go based on how many people are on. So sorry if I look down. We used to do these over COVID when we were all in lockdown. So I got to talk to really cool people from the community, collaborators and people I respect and look up to. So it's kind of cool to do this now with you, as I have learned a lot through the time we've had together.
Yeah.
Before we actually begin, I want to say a big thank you to Heart Touch. Jane Evans is on the advisory board, and she has made this possible. She sponsored our little discussion, so find out more by visiting her website.
Thank you so much, Jane.
Yes, thank you, Jane.
Yeah, it's great.
She's one of my mentors. She's awesome. She helps with clearing my head when it came to branding and how to, you should have brand guidelines. I'm like,
yeah.
What?
yes, we should, and we do, thanks to Jane now.
Thank you, Jane, for that. Really great.
Yeah, I can't wait to meet you, Jane.
You are awesome. And then she, and Bree said we're ready to go. And she was actually one of the judges at OneSpark. So she was a social good judge, and that was the first time she was really inspired by the mission of Yoga for Change.
Yeah, that's amazing.
All right, we'll begin now. Typical, anyone who's watching who's taken a Yoga for Change training is the who, what, where, when, how, one questions that I like to do to get to know people I'm working with, collaborating with. So I thought, what better way to start to introduce the Yoga for Change community to Michelle LeClaire, who is the incoming executive director of Yoga for Change. So first question, who is Michelle?
Gosh, what a question. Start with that. I am that's a great, I'm like stumped already. I am excited to be here. I am 33. I don't know if the world needs to know that, but they do now. I currently live in Palm Coast, Florida, which is pretty close to you, in Jacksonville there. Although I am actually moving right this second as we speak to Virginia, except I'm not sitting in Virginia, I'm sitting in Palm Coast. But we're moving tomorrow to Virginia for like 5 months for my husband to do some Navy, I don't know, fighter jet school, like something that sounds really cool. I don't know. I'm just gonna be the supportive wife. But for 5 months to live in a hotel, and then we're going to Key West on October 1st. So I'm thrilled. But so that's who I am right now. I am in a house surrounded by boxes, and I am, hanging in there.
As a Navy brat and also a veteran and a dependent, I understand moving. And a funny story, Michelle said, the mover just got here. And then I said, advice, you should leave, right? Because if you don't have to be there, get out. So that's
really
cool.
And it was the best idea.
Yes. And I really appreciate you taking the time, like in the middle of your life, to sit down and pop in with us. Because I think that's really speaks to the organization, allowing people to, no matter what's going on around you, right? That chaos around you, you can still find peace inside. So I really do appreciate you giving us an inside look to who you are. Okay. You ready for the next one?
Yeah. Is it a zinger?
I don't know. It might be. I mean, hopefully not. What gets you out of bed each morning?
It is a zinger. These are very good Catherine Thomas questions, I have to say. In the 1 month that I've gotten to know you, I can just see, if I were to write questions Catherine Thomas would write, what are your hopes and dreams, right? This is it. So what gets me out of bed? I'm a morning person. So usually I don't know really. I just get out of bed and then I stumble to the couch and or not to the couch, to the kitchen for some coffee because that's step one, right? Clearly. But I mean, honestly, I want to, with my life, right? I get excited about doing things that service other people and make people happy. And so really my life sort of has been like dedicated to really serving other people through the nonprofit sector. So that's what I love to do. That's really what gets me out of bed. Yeah.
I love that.
I chose the right career path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you feel in your body when you know you've helped someone?
Oh, that's a good question. I guess I feel good about me, but that's not like why I'm doing it. That sounds like really like, ugh. Like for example, there's like, you see like somebody, I live in Palm Coast. So there's a lot of older people around here. And, sometimes you see some older people that look like they need some help. And so I like to help them. And I guess it makes me feel good, but I think it actually makes me feel better knowing that I made their life a little easier. Like, I think that's the part that I like. It's not about me. So I worked for Special Olympics and people would always say like, oh, that's so rewarding. But it's rewarding, but is it rewarding for me? Is it rewarding for them? Like I don't know. Like it's not, I like it because I like to see happiness on people's faces and I like people to really feel like a connection every once in a while. And that's really what it's about for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When, so we've done who, what, and when do you feel the most inspired?
Ooh, yeah. When I'm working with people in like kind of like in a group setting, when we're collaborating and thinking of ideas and kind of like just jiving off of each other, getting excited about what we're going to do together and how we can take over the world. I always want to take over the world in some real positive way. Like everything I do, I always say, I'm going to take over the world. So I like the feeling of like, yes, we can solve the world's problems. But can we? I don't know, but we can certainly try, like I don't know. I really love working with people and I get very excited to see other people excited. So, and I think I'm very excitable. I think that's one thing you said about me. So
when is there a certain time of day that you feel the most inspired?
Like, that's
I know, like as I'm drinking my first cup of coffee, it's like I can literally change the world right now.
Yeah, that's true. It's like a peaceful feeling, really. Well, I guess it depends on the day, but
yeah.
But yeah, that's true. It's got to be in the morning because at night I'm so tired. I've taken on the world all day. Like I'm tired now.
Yes, you have.
Yeah.
Is there a certain time of year that you feel the most inspired?
I love the summer because I'm a water person and I love the water. But spring, I think really, because I like a little bit of a bite in the air, like in the morning when there's like that nice bite, like this morning, there was a good bite. It's nice. It's like, yeah, it's like refreshing. It's like, yeah, I can do things today.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I will let you take a drink of water while I thank our advisory board member. I know that we're like asking you and you might be getting dry mouth, but
I'm okay.
Asking our Michelle a lot of questions, but I just want to take some time and again, thank Jane Evans from Heart Touch Communications, which is an amazing organization that helps people define what they're doing so that they can share it with the world. So without Jane, we wouldn't be here tonight, and we're really grateful for her taking the time and really believing in the mission for quite some time. So thank you so much, Jane. All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so we did who is Michelle? What gets you out of bed each morning? When do you feel most inspired and where? Ready? And this is kind of an exciting one for me to ask you because you have been, part of the organization since April 5th, and we strategically and on purpose waited this long to kind of show you off to the world. And you have a lot of understanding of like what you see, which is going great, but also ways that we can grow, right? And how we can better do things. So where do you see areas of growth for the organization And you can answer that however you want, but like if you're thinking of ideas, maybe like program wise or expansion wise or research wise. So where do you see areas of growth for the organization?
Yeah, I oh my gosh, I think honestly, you've created such an amazing organization that the opportunities are really endless, right? This Yoga for Change is going to take over the world. I mean, I say that lightly, but I feel that heavily, if that makes any sense. Like I really mean that. Like what Yoga for Change does for people, I think is really going to change a lot of things for a lot of people in a really positive way. And one of the best ways I think we can grow is currently we have a good relationship with the specialty court system in Jacksonville. And we can actually service all 4 of our populations through that specialty court system. So I think, if we can get contracts across the country, that would be a really relatively easy way of growing. The court system is bought in, they believe in our program, they believe in what we do, they wouldn't hire us if they didn't. So, and I think like we're doing it now, so we can prove it, replicate it, and do it again. So,
Yes.
I mean, I think that's one way. I think there's many opportunities for growth. I think, but that's just one. I think corporate like wellness would be wonderful. I would really love to start working with the HR people around the state and get their corporate wellness programs, because everyone's doing that now. COVID like brought out all this corporate wellness stuff, right? Everybody has to be, healthy and taking care of your staff, and it's more important now than ever. So like let's do that. Let's take advantage of that. Yoga is like does all these things for you, and Yoga for Change is people don't even know, they don't even understand that yoga has a curriculum, and Yoga for Change has written amazing, you have written amazing curriculum that's going to change people's lives, and they don't even know that. So I'm excited to get people to see that, and to really, I feel like the world could be a more peaceful place. Right.
You can change the world. You're going to change the world.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
I know. So where do you see areas of growth? It's like everywhere around the world.
Everywhere. Name it. You name it, we can go there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing can stop us.
Nothing can stop us.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add to that one, or do you want to?
What was the rest of it? Did I answer it all?
Yeah. Where do you see areas of growth? I was just kind of open-ending it, but giving you examples if you needed.
Yeah. Well, I think I also learned from you that I think this is genius. Well, there's a couple things. I learned a lot from you, but I think these 2 opportunities are really genius too. I think licensing the curriculum and selling it was really a wonderful way of growing without really growing. Really, it's like just collecting a check, which is cool, which could like fuel our growth, really.
Yes.
That, and then I lost my train. Oh, the evaluation. I think it'd be so cool to do, evaluating other nonprofits through the unique way of getting data that you have created. So again, so many avenues. I mean, you could go programs, you could go like people, you could go all over the place.
Yeah, I think the relationship with Dr. Daniel Rousseau and Boston University has been instrumental, and that funding from the Chartrand Family Fund was super important to the opportunities that we have today, which I'm really excited to watch you guys expand and create new curriculum and expand in new places and have new partners and new supporters. I think there's, like you said, it's opportunities are endless. And I think that what's really cool also is having like someone potentially license the curriculum and then apply for a grant using our curriculum just lifts the whole sector, right? Because they don't have to get their own, they don't have to spend the money to get researched and developed, right? It's already done. So it helps the whole sector lift up, which is always the goal, right? Like if we can collaborate and everybody comes together, then yes, we actually are changing the world. So it's pretty great to see that your vision is broad, but it's also real defined, which I think is a very needed quality when the opportunities are endless, right? You got to have a real defined growth in a plan, which is really great.
Yeah. I have a lot to learn though. I just want to say I have a lot to learn.
So I have 3 more questions that's going to ask all those, like, what do you have to learn? So don't worry now.
Okay.
Okay. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Why this job right now? So we did who, I gave you a second to think. So we did who is Michelle? What gets you out of bed? When do you feel the most inspired? Where do you see areas of growth? Why this job right now?
Yeah. Okay. Good question. So prior to accepting this position, I was working at Special Olympics Florida. I was there for 5 years. I loved it. And it was an accident, sort of how I started working there. I did it. It was really kind of fun. I was volunteering in this Leadership Miami program, and I started working with them, and it was a total accident. It was great. It was perfect for that amount of time. It was 5 years. I learned so much. I had 3 different positions. I did development, which I had never really done before. Well, I had, but not like this. So I really learned a lot. And so I think it really helped sort of shape my career goals, I guess you could say, because really my goal has been to be the leader of an organization that really means something and is really doing some great things. I've wanted to really my whole, like, since I was in college. That was really the plan. So I really thought that getting that development experience would kind of put the feather in the cap of having all the, operations, programming, whatever, the whole deal. So I sorry, it's long-winded. I had a love Special Olympics so much, and I so near and dear to my heart, but I felt this was really right for me. It was actually, to be honest, the most amazing timing ever, because I was ready for, some big challenge, and this sort of presented itself, and I said yes. And the more I learned about the organization, the more I got excited. And meeting you, I've been so inspired by you, and then meeting the board, and it's just been so, I've loved it. And I really couldn't even say, it's just, I'm so excited to lead this team and to be here. And well, I guess, to be honest, I'm not even answering your question, right? Why right now? Well, here, I guess I'm at a point in my life. This is going to be a little, all right, guys, we're getting serious now. This gonna be a little bit from the heart here. So I'm sort of, I need something in I need like balance in my life, and I need, to sort of take a breath for me, but at the same time, I need to like grow, and I'm super ambitious, and so I said yes. I don't do yoga. But I said yes to Yoga for Change because I want to do yoga, and I want to change things. And I just felt like just even the name resonated, right? And I was just like, yes, I need to change. I need to like calm my life in some way. I have a lot of anxiety. I need to like relax, and I think I haven't quite figured it out in the month I've been here, but I will get there, and I will let you all know when it happens. So yeah, I'm excited to learn the aspect of yoga in general and learning the curriculum. And I think that at this time in my life, I could really personally benefit from that. And I'm very happy to do that. Sorry.
I wish you'd say sorry. I wanted I'm hoping Bree screenshotted that whole thing and we could just use it because it's perfect and I love it. And for everybody watching, Bree Tivis is our amazing person who does our everything really, and behind the scenes, and also our director of development. So shout out to Bree. You are awesome. Yeah, thank you, Bree. And I love that answer because I think everything happens for a reason, and just having you say I want to do yoga and I want to change, that is, I think, been really great. It's hard to get an organization to be taken seriously when the first word is yoga, but what's been great for me is in all the pitch contests that I was in, I was always last because yoga, it went by the LLC's, the name of the organization or the nonprofit. And so yoga was always last. So I was always last. And so I would just kill it at the end, get real inspired, to change the world. And the reason I brought that up is there's been people who suggested we change the name. And I think maybe had we changed the name, maybe it wouldn't have been as enticing for you to research the organization. So I am grateful to everybody saying we should change the name, but I'm even more grateful that we didn't. And I appreciate you giving that answer. So thank you.
That's perfect.
It is.
Yeah.
Awesome. We have 2 more questions.
Okay.
All right. And this is something I'm really excited to hear because I heard your first answer when we were interviewing you, but I'm excited to hear your answer now because I think it's a different, you can take a new perspective on it. So how do you see yourself impacting the organization in the next 30, 60, 90 days?
Yeah. Yeah, that answer is a little bit different now. Yeah, that's true because I've learned so much in 30 days. So in the first 30 days, it's already over. Do I have to answer that part of the question? I'm just kidding. I know. From 30 from now, I get it. Okay, so I mean, to be totally honest, I don't know very much right now. I know as much as my brain can like take on. So it's a lot of learning from the next 30 to 90 days, a lot of learning. But I plan to spend the first 30 days sort of looking at some things that might need to be buttoned up in some way, some of our paperwork, just like some fun admin stuff. And that's like the first 30 days. But really, I want to learn from everybody. I want to get to know everybody. I have meetings scheduled for next week or the week after with every staff member. I'm very excited to meet everybody. So that's definitely a part of my plan. And then I would like to figure out how to get some summer camp programming going on across the state. So I'd like to look at that in the next less than 60 days because summer camp is very soon. So I don't know if it's a possibility, but it's absolutely something we can shoot for. And so money, I want to get some programming so that we could bring in some money because that's important to an organization and it's especially important to a nonprofit. And then in 90 days, I hope to have a very clear understanding of the organization and its full intricacies. And I hope to be able to look at a yoga curriculum class and understand that is the curriculum and that would be really great. I would feel really nice about that. And then also I would like to, make some new partnerships and create, keep the ones that we still have. But yeah, I really would like to just sort of learn and grow and then do what I can in a little short amount of time. Sorry, I feel like, are we running out of time?
No, full disclosure, I forgot that people could ask us questions. And so I had to move it over to the side so I could see because this is not my normal job that I do. So
you can ask us questions.
There's a lot of people, like a lot of chatting. And I'm trying to figure out so let me get the last question.
I just got so excited. Okay.
Yeah. And you have a lot of people watching us. So thank you to everybody who's watching us. We're really excited to introduce you to Michelle and we're really grateful to Heart Touch Communications with Jane Evans.
Thank you, Jane.
Huge advisor to me in the early stages of change. So thank you, Jane. Okay, so we've asked, who is Michelle? What gets you out of bed each morning? When do you feel most inspired? Where do you see areas of growth? Why this job right now? And I saw Dana said you are exactly where you're meant to be right now.
Yes. Thank you, Dana.
Yeah, so great.
Yeah.
And how do you see yourself impact the organization in 30, 60, 90 days? So final question from me, and then we'll definitely open it up to the people who are out there.
Okay.
In one sentence, in one sentence, can you set an intention for the next year?
Ooh, you and these questions. I would like to create a strategic plan with sustainable funding that we can use to grow. Not that I want to grow in a year. Sorry, that's longer than one sentence. I said one sentence, and then I'm explaining the sentence.
Understood. Yes. Okay. Allowable. Allowed.
Yeah. So I think a strategic plan with and a part of that strategic plan, some sustainable funding options and how we're going to grow. And I think that we start to sort of expand maybe by year 3. That's sort of what I'm thinking. Year 3 of me, which would be, guys, our 10-year anniversary. So I think that
March 2024. You heard it here first.
March. Okay. Yeah.
2024. So by March 2024. Okay. So let's do it. So what's your first year? So what are your intentions? Say it again. I forgot what you said.
That I would like to create a strategic plan and lay the foundation for growth, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then what's your intention for year 3?
Grow to expand out of the state.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gosh, that's exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. We're gonna do it.
I know you're gonna change the world.
Yeah.
Michelle Leclerc, you're gonna change the world.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, you heard it here first. That Michelle
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Breaking news. Okay, so we have some board members on, some amazing teachers on. Okay, there's a lot of comments. I got a lot of welcome Michelle's. You got a lot of love.
Guys.
Yeah, a lot of love. Laura Lane, is your answer about why this is your time of your life really, yay, really spoke to me. Jamie Hillier, they have to initiate you into yoga. So these are all like yoga teachers for the team. Really excited to have you.
Yes.
Here. And like I said, Dana said you were exactly where you're meant to be. So if you have any questions for Michelle Leclerc, the incoming executive director of Yoga Change, please put them in. We don't have any questions. Sorry, I saw the comments. I was like, I'm so behind in my job. So
I'm just excited people are watching us because it just feels like I'm talking to you like I do every day.
I know. Yeah. And you're like, okay, so these are great questions. And got it ready.
Yeah.
So no questions. Any questions for me or anything that we didn't ask you that we should have asked?
I feel like I should give you a fun fact.
Yes.
Yeah, why not, right?
Yes.
Fun fact. I studied marine biology. Therefore, I am a mermaid. Just saying. Just had to throw that out there. And my husband's an angry sailor. And my Jeep's name is Poseidon. That's like my life. That's actually the answer to who is Michelle, by the way.
Yes. And that's how I thought you were gonna answer it. So when you went like really like in depth, I was like, well, this is
yeah, I'm sorry. I think I wasn't ready for this interview when you asked that.
Okay, I got you an easy one. Thank you, Bree. Where are you from?
Oh, duh. That's like a question that, duh. We should have asked that, right?
Yeah.
I
want to know your deepest, darkest feelings and where in your body you feel joy. And Bree's like, where are you from? It's good. Yeah, she sets us up for success every time.
It's good though. I'm from Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to high school. I went to like middle school through high school, or mid-elementary school through high school in Atlanta, and then I moved to Alabama to go to college. Well, I went to a small Catholic Spring Hill College. Shout out.
There you go. Yeah. Hashtag.
Yeah.
Jamie Hillier wants to know that she's a fairy with a Jeep. So you have an immediate like soul partner.
Jamie.
She's great.
I've heard a lot about Jamie too.
You have heard a lot about Jamie.
Yeah, I know she's a teacher.
And she teaches the correctional programming and she's a counselor. She's great. Yeah.
Oh, so great.
Okay, so David Godke, who is also a male correctional teacher on the Yoga Change team in Jacksonville, would like to know, what was your biggest takeaway from your first Yoga for Change class?
Oh, that's good. So can I tell you?
Great question.
Yeah, it's a really good question. Can I tell you when my first Yoga for Change class was? So
yes, it's at the same time as your first yoga class?
No.
Okay.
I have actually tried yoga many times before. I can't keep up. So yeah, my first Yoga for Change class was with you on the 7th anniversary before you hired me, because I wanted to see what it was all about. And I wanted to celebrate your 7 years with you, whether I was or not, because I decided that I was going to support Yoga for Change, whether I was the executive director or not, because I believed in the mission. Yeah. Oh, what was my takeaway?
Don't worry.
Sorry, I missed the question again.
It's okay.
I couldn't do that. My takeaway, that you can do chair yoga, because I had no idea that was a thing. And I learned that yoga could be adaptive, and I think I could actually do it. Actually, I told Bree and Susie how much I loved that video that you guys showed after the yoga practice you did that day. I thought it was great. I was like, this makes me feel like I can actually do yoga. Like, I felt like really great. Yeah.
So your biggest takeaway was you can do chair yoga. That yoga is, you can be doing yoga in a chair.
That I can actually do it, I guess, is my biggest takeaway.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know
But I
how.
can actually do it.
Yeah, I can actually do it. And if I can do it, I feel like anybody can do it because I am not. I don't know. I don't know. I just, yeah.
I think is a really good takeaway. I think a way to even seal this is that Yoga for Change has created accessibility for people to feel their bodies in a new way and feel like, oh, I can do this.
Yeah, I guess I can say very honestly that I've never really thought about my body in the way that it's like described in yoga practice, or the way you guys have described it in yoga practice. You know, like feeling your spine and feeling like it makes me want to sit up straighter, you know, like yeah, it's very interesting to me. And I think it's for somebody that doesn't know yoga, you guys live in this world, so you don't probably even think of it. But sorry, am I rambling? Should I say?
No, I'm like eating it up. Like, I'm sorry, you can tune off, but I'm just going to keep listening to myself because I just love you so much. Keep going. No, keep going.
No, yeah, I really, it makes me think about my body differently, and it makes me go, oh yeah, maybe that's why I have that pain there, you know, because like I have a lot of body pain, and so like I feel like that could really, I know that yoga can help me, you know, for a lot of reasons. And so like I think of, you know, you're like, you talk about like feeling your body on the floor. Like, when do you ever actually think about your feet on the floor? Only when you're doing yoga. I don't know, I don't ever think about my feet on the floor, but I'm like tapping them now going, yeah, I feel my, it's weird.
So can I tell you something that I learned when I studied with Jennifer Cohen Harper, who started Little Flower Yoga? And she said, like, once you can teach your students to start looking at their body differently, you can begin to change their mindset. And once a person begins to change their own mindset, they can change their behavior. And then once they choose to change their behavior, they can change our outcome. And so like we as an organization believe like the program works, you have to get people to show up and actually tap their feet to feel their feet on the floor, right? You actually have to take action to get results. Yeah. And I think with us, sorry, my dogs are barking. I think with us, we can't force anybody to choose to tap their feet, but we surely can give them opportunities to tap their feet.
Yeah.
Then even having that recognition like you had, and this is what I said to you before, if we can convince you that the program works because you've never done yoga, then you will have a story to tell and help share the mission to other people who are not from the yoga community, because most of the yoga people who are on this organization have a direct tie to yoga themselves.
Right.
Like you are, like, not our test case, but like you are
totally outside.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm moving so that you can better see because my lighting, the sun's going down tonight.
Gotcha. I have a question from you from Shanta Sweet.
Hey, I got your email, Shanta. Sorry, go ahead.
There we go. See, big shout out. What do you like to do for fun and for self-care?
Oh, really good. Except you're not gonna like the answer because I really love to sit on my couch and watch trash TV.
Ooh, what's your favorite show?
Oh my gosh, I love all the Housewives.
What's your favorite season?
Oh boy. I do love. I love a good New Jersey right now, but I think New York might be my favorite.
The early episodes or like current? New York?
Like current. I never got into New York.
I can't watch it now because I don't have cable. But I love Bethany. I love Bethany. Yeah.
You are so Bethany, by the way. Like so, like yeah. I also
for all you non-Housewives fans, now you gotta look that up. So
yeah, right. Yeah. I'm also a scuba diver.
Yes.
Although full disclosure, haven't dove in several years at this point, but I am also an outside person. So I just like to be outside, and I have my Jeep, which is why I bought my Jeep, because I like to be outside. So, yes. And I like to be with my husband, and he likes to go on weird adventures. So we do random, strange things. Blueberry picking, strawberry picking, grape picking. We pick every fruit there is.
I love that. I think people might have missed this question because I got this another one. What was your previous job? So could you just quickly, and I think we're going to have time for maybe one more question.
Okay.
Yes. Go ahead. What was your previous job?
I worked for Special Olympics Florida for 5 years, and I had like 3 different jobs. Okay. That was quick, right?
No, tell them what it was, what your job was.
I'm sorry. I started as a county director, and I ran Alachua County, which is Gainesville, and I did all the programming for Special Olympics for that county. And then I moved up to regional director, and I oversaw the whole East Coast of the state and all the programming and all the fundraising and all of the everything on the East Coast of the state. And then I became the development director for the whole north part of the state. So I did all fundraising for the north part.
So you have program creation, implementation, and fundraising experience.
Yeah, and that's just the Special Olympics.
Yeah.
I did all of that stuff at other places too. No, I just, yeah.
No, yeah, it's good. And I want to say this because I think what was said is a pretty great point. David thinks that so much of the intention of the program is focused on how yoga can support through trauma. And I think that is essential to all messaging. And I agree. And I think that sometimes in order to actually feel your body in a new way, you have to realize that you are not feeling your body first.
Right.
Because the lack of sensation is actually still sensation, right? Like lack of sensation is still sensation. Like you can still describe it like numb or dull or different, right? Mm-hmm. And then I think you can take then David, to the breath, right? The breath is not just the inhale and the exhale. The breath is also the retention. So like if you can start describing something differently to a person that they can explore their body in a new way, like, and now what you did there when I was talking about retention, like you actually like
breathe. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that is like, that starts to shift people's mindset. And but those little things help people support them through trauma, because we get them not thinking about their trauma and their car accident or rape or abuse. And instead they're thinking about the retention of their breath. And that's, I think, a really great point. I really do appreciate David saying that and bringing that up, because he reminds us again why Yoga for Change is here is for our students.
Right. 100%.
And
I can learn so much. I think learning from our teachers I watch the YouTube videos as much as I can. So
yeah, which is a great thing if you are like on the Yoga for Change teaching team and you're about to teach a class and you want, I can't guarantee Michelle's gonna have time, but like you really want her to observe you teach and you want to share something with her. Like Michelle's emails on the, very clear, mleclaire@y4c.org. Like clearly, please reach out. And I know I just shared it to like the larger public. Sorry about that. But yeah, like reach out to Michelle, because Michelle wants to learn. And and what's great is Michelle knows she doesn't really know anything about yoga. And we have the ability to teach her what we're doing with our methodology. And she has an ability to teach the large organization a more efficient, effective way to scale so that we can change the world together. So
very well said.
I appreciate it. Awesome. All right. Any other final words?
Well, I'm so excited, and thank you for the opportunity to interview me and tell the world. Thank you for feeling like you're excited to tell the world about me. That's like so nice. I feel very I feel very lucky to have as much media as we've had lately. Front page of the Florida New Times, and then the First Coast radio interview with Melissa Ross, and now this. I appreciate you guys caring so much, and and we got to get Yoga for Change out there. So I'm just excited. I'm really thrilled.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope to meet all the teachers at some point.
Yes.
I don't know when. Yeah. But I hope so.
It'll be soon. I'm sure it'll be soon. So,
okay.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for taking time out of your day. Thank you to Jane Evans for learned from her. I am grateful to you, and I'm excited to watch you. And I wish you the best.
Thanks. I'm excited to tell you all about it as we go along.
It's great. All right. Well, Catherine Thomas with Yoga for Change officially signing off. So we are grateful to all the people who support us to get here, and have a great rest of your night. Talk with you soon.
Good night.